Hey guys, Greg here. Today I'm going to do an analysis on Polkadot. I've already taken a look at that. I've given my opinions before on Polkadot from what some of you guys know, and some people are starting to become bullish again on Polkadot. And I am going to show you why I think there is a good possibility that Polkadot may have more downside. Unlike the rest of you guys, I want this correction to be over with, and then we're on to the bull run. However, based on analysis, technical analysis, and other and the data that gets put into the charts, there is no evidence right now that the correction is over, in my opinion, based on what I am seeing. There's a very, very good chance of more downside for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that will mean the rest of the other altcoins if they are going to be going down. However, I will say this: there is a chance too that there could be potential decent upside on both those coins, BTC and Ethereum, depending on what they want to do. Of course, with any technical analysis, you cannot predict exactly where anything's going to go. However, you can make judgment calls and to the point where, hey, what do you need to do with your trading strategies if you are trading? So I wanted to say that. The other thing is too about technical analysis in the charts. What I like about the charts is charts don't lie to me. The charts is people's behavior, and right now a lot of it trading bots put right on that chart. So if the coin has good fundamentals, it's a good coin, it will be in the chart. If the coin has shitty fundamentals, it will also be in the chart. So for those that are naysayers against charts and don't like charts and they're just out there buying coins because somebody said so, or somebody said so on Twitter, then hey, more power to you. If you made money and that strategy works for you, more power to you. I'm not going to use that strategy because people have a tendency to want to err in the side of what they think is going to be going on with a coin. So I'm going to listen to the charts. Charts aren't going to lie to me. I prefer that. So, all right, guys, let's go on to Polkadot. One of the reasons some people are getting bullish is because I have a trend line here on the weekly chart, and it's past that trend line with some nice green candles. So that looks really, really good. You know, that's a pretty steep trend. You have to take that in consideration. That's a pretty steep trend that Polkadot just went on, and it has broken that trend, and it has nice green candles. So far, so good. And then here's a potential low of about $14. And I am on the weekly chart, guys. So this is all the data that I have. And just taking a look at the RSI, this is a third, your wave with the most momentum on Polkadot over here. This is your third wave. And it probably came up right here. That's either your end of your fifth is there or there. Most likely there. I have it on the daily chart. So this is likely the initial first cycle for Polkadot right here. And it is correcting the cycle. So here's Polkadot's first cycle like that. And now I'd say something like that, or maybe even like that, where it tested it a couple times. Came down, test, came test again, sort of like that, and now it's coming back down to correct that whole cycle. So the good news is that, in my opinion, you may be able to get Polkadot for cheap, under say $10, and then go on to the next run. So that's the weekly chart, guys. That's all the information. I took a look at the monthly, and there's not enough data there to really do anything with. You know, I want to see the RSI data, and I can't get it, not yet anyhow. So let's go to the daily. Take a look at the daily, guys. All right, I have it broken up. One of the things I wanted to say about Polkadot is that it had a nice run. So it started, let's say this is probably an area, lots of support, so about $4. And these guys that got in, say Polkadot at say $5, they wrote it up to $55. And then if they rode it all the way through that correction, they could have got it at 56. So One of the things about Polkadot, it seems to follow Bitcoin pretty close. And another thing I want to say about this structure is A, B, and a potential C. So let me put this together. I removed it just to double check what this is over here. Yeah, so there's your third wave coming down. That's a third with the most momentum you can see on the RSI. So right here was probably a 5-wave impulse. So that's your A, up for your B, most likely. And then your third wave ended there, and that's your fifth. So yeah, that's probably an A, B, C. Okay, so A, B, C, A, B, C. So it's trying to do, let me make sure that's not going to be, could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it could be, I would say most likely that's an ABC. One thing that with this is like a flat structure. And in this case with Polkadot, what it would be if it just ended right here is called a running flat. If you guys know Ellie waves, with running flats, they like don't exist. I guess there's supposedly some running flats that guys have seen on a smaller scale, but there's never been any evidence of a running flat in any asset class on a scale like this size. No evidence of it. Nobody's been able to show a chart. Here's a running flat on a daily chart like Polkadot. Maybe Polkadot's going to be the first one to do it. Who knows? If you're bullish, could have ended there. I don't think so. I think there's a possibility more downside. So Polkadot did a pretty good run. One thing I wanted to show to you guys is this is the type of area that you want to look out for when you first see a coin. So for example, like, you know, you would be 1, 2, 3. This is where it's making like 1, 2s like so, and then 1, 1, 2 like so, and then, you know, this is the area where you want to buy. So it looks like, you know, there's 1, 2, probably a little another 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know, like this. So 3, 4, and then you can see if what happens when you do this. You can see it makes a 4, you know, 3, a 4, possible 5, like that maybe. I got it off a little bit, but you can see that what happens, that's why you want to find coins that are doing that, just like that, making 1, 2s, 1, 2s in the beginning. Hold on to them, has a little bit of an uptrend like that. You don't want the trend going like that, even though it could still do it, but you see a nice little trend going up like that, and then you can see what happens next. So, all right, guys, take that off. All right, so we got a subtype of flat correction potentially. Let's go down into this area to see what's going on with Polkadot on the 4-hour. Okay, so let me check this again. Third wave. Yeah, fourth wave. Third wave again. Fifth. Yeah, some type of A, B, C. So with your third, it would be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A, B, and then, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like an ABC. All right, guys. So let's see right here what is going on. I think I have a label correctly. So the question is this the low at $13.90? Just right around $14, and what's going on right here with Polkadot, guys. So either this is bullish or this is bearish. and you can't get a bullish count out of that. And the count, I'm saying it's an ABC, but you can get a bullish count out of that where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for either a 1 or an A, swings back down in a B, and then with this count you can get a multiple. It's probably 1, 2, 1, 2 here. So I just got that whole covered as 1, 1, 2, and then highest peak on the RSI is 4, and then it's going up for 5. So more than likely, DOT has more of a push up to like maybe $23, $24 or something like that. And more than likely, if it's going to swing back down, then this will become a W for that double zigzag, and it'll come up for an X and swing back down for a Y. And more than likely with DOT, because if DOT is a very strong coin, I would say that W, and say the X comes up to say 23, that I would be looking for a target at that 0.786. I don't think that, because it's a strong coin, I don't think DOT is going to be just plummeting the whole length of the W. It's going to depend obviously on Bitcoin, but this is the area right now, about $8. That's 786. Maybe a little bit before that, where I would be suspecting the DOT would be going in that area. So it's swinging up on the next wave, in my opinion. Now, if you're bullish, you just take away the ABC. You put 1, 2. This is the third wave, and then it's going on to make a fourth wave. That's if you're bullish, and that was the low, and you're off to the races in your 1, 2, 3. So it'd be, you're off to the races like this. I don't think this is going to be the count. This would be your third, fourth, and your fifth, and you just let it play out. If you think it's bullish, you let this play out. Remove that. You let that play out, and then, you know, on a correction, you pick up the coin. But you have to watch that, let that play out if you think that's bullish. And then this is, if it busts this low right here, then you know, okay? You know. If it goes down here, then you know that your count was wrong. So you can keep you want to keep both of those in the back of your mind and realize that, hey, it could go bearish. I think that it is. I still have a target of this area, about $8 on DOT. And also I'm paying attention to DOT too, because I think that I use it to get clues about Bitcoin. So there's a possibility that Bitcoin has more of a push up and go a little bit higher, and it'll swing back down like DOT. They seem to just flow together. Like Bitcoin's the big brother, DOT is like the little sister, and Kusama kind of flows around. It's like the problem child of the whole family there, because they kind of flow together with BTC, DOT, and Kusama, you know. So just like that, DOT, you know, BTC is the brother, you know, DOT's the sister, and Kusama is the problem child type thing. So that's where I think it's going to go, guys. I wouldn't be, personally, I wouldn't be buying the coin in this area at all. I would just be on a, this is, to me, is like no man's land for DOT. This is an area that I would not be buying it. This is an area I'd be waiting to see what's going to happen and where is it going to swing to. And that's all that you can do right now. Too much risk, in my opinion, for lack of potential upside if you're long. And, you know, if it does go up here too, you know, you could play a short if you think it's worthwhile on DOT. If it hits 23 or 24 and maybe even goes up to 25, where in this situation, if you wanted to do a short and you're worried about this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, it could drop down on the 4 like this. So DOT would go 1, 2, 3, it would drop down on the 4 and go up on a 5, right? So you entered in at this area that drops down, so your stop loss, or however you want to risk mitigate would be that area 24. It could pop down and it might pop up. But if it's the correction, if it's bearish, then your potential downside could be easily 41%. And if it gets really bearish, your potential downside could be 60%. but even then, it'll come back down. You're looking at 25%. So this is something that I'm paying attention to for potential either, upside or downside play. You want to look at both sides of everything when you want to keep both sides and look at them and keep each one in the back of your mind to try to figure out where you're going to go with the market. So this is going to be interesting. I do think there's a possibility more upside on DOT, and that's kind of interesting too, because that probably means there possibly is more upside on BTC. But the issue is with BTC over here, if it breaks this resistance level and gets up above there, retests and takes off, then that probably means there's potentially a lot more upside with DOT. And if it gets up here, if it gets past this 40, just under 46,000, then there's definitely potential more upside. If it breaks these areas, gets in that area, definitely more potential upside. So DOT will follow right along with it. Just probably won't have us be as aggressive, maybe. So, all right, guys, that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Peace.